worse. For tenants is a hope of stronger protection. For landlords is a call for clearer rights. But until the final law is passed, the tug of war over rent and eviction continues. From Alausa, I am Maureen Okolo, reporting for VOP TV.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here is to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here is to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
My name is Made Kuti, and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe. Hunger no get religion.
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
This is Health Check, your weekly guide to better living, smarter choices, and trusted answers. From everyday wellness to urgent health issues, we've got you covered. Health Check, only on Voice of the People Television, where your health has a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's the razzmatazz, music, fashion, interviews, and more. Spotlight on Voice of the People Television. Let's feed you with all the juicy stories in the global entertainment space, bringing you the glitz and glamour as they hot. Stay tuned to Spotlight, 1 p.m. Monday to Friday. Spotlight on VOP TV. Entertainment like never before.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also for the VOP TV Live, visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264, VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Lovisha Nelson One, your number one celebrity host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyi Osarate is my name. I am a friend. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging, picture qualities, camera. I look forward to being in your studios. Oh yeah. 24. Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Welcome to Akpabio.
I didn't exactly talk.
I never got to say sorry for your loss.
You're where? My sister's apartment. So you have a sister?
Hello everyone, yes, we are live at the movie premiere of Thicker Than Water.
Here in Akpabio, we practice our own religion.
This movie and story tells of the deep things that binds us together. And yes, the movie is directed by Yomi E. Adejumo and is produced by Joshua Enakahere. And trust me, it's a beautiful evening. And we have a lot of cast like Bimbo and Demoye and the rest of them. I'm sure you don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. So how are you feeling this episode?
And I'm feeling good. I'm good, I'm excited, I'm happy. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. It's cool.
What really inspired you concerning this movie?
Okay, so I think what really got me into the film, because as I said before, the script came from the director, the initial idea, and then we built on that, right? What really got me into the film was the fact about how it ended. Yeah, it ended in a way that most people would not have foreseen. You know, sometimes it's so easy to predict. Oh, the good guy wins always, but this time we decided to change things, switch things up a little bit.
Was there anything that was really challenging?
Yes.
What thing was that?
So first of all, the whole ritual bit, the end bit, it was challenging. We had to shoot it in 2 days. In the forests, it was dark, it was mosquitoes, it was cold, so that was one of the most challenging. And then for the other one, because we had a bit of an issue with our locations, so we had to compress certain days, right, into one night. So we had to do, I think about 4 days, we had to shoot everything in one night. So yeah, that was quite challenging.
All right, I know this movie is out now. And
yes.
What do you expect people to experience? What should they experience? What should they expect?
I want them to be surprised. I want them to be surprised. I want them to not expect the end coming, basically, Though there are clues here and there, for you to follow to think, oh yeah, but for the most part, I just want them to be surprised as to how it all, wrapped up. And it's something is about creating conversations, and I hope it's able to do that for the audience.
So what role did you play?
So in the movie Thicker Than Water, I played Ola.
So what's about Ola?
Well, Ola begins. This is a story of love in its entirety at the core, and we get to see the lover boy who Ola is before they transform into what they transform into, which is also powered by love as well. So this becomes one of the opportunities where I get to play, a smooth lover boy who's really in love with his woman, and I get to be a preacher of love in this film, a true lover.
VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
It's quite a very serious one there. Join the conversation with experts, insights, and seasoned perspective. Share your thoughts with us. I am Xavier Udo. Let's look into other news stories with details. President Tinubu commends Senate for confirming General Musa as Defense Minister. Of course, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has praised the Senate for swiftly confirming General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense. Tinubu described the appointment as timely and crucial for the country's security. General Musa, the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, was confirmed by the Senate on Wednesday after a rigorous 5-hour screening session. During the screening, Musa pledged to investigate recent security breaches, including the withdrawal of troops from Government Comprehensive Girls Secondary School in Kebbi State, where schoolgirls were abducted. He also vowed to probe the killings of Commander Brigadier General Musa Uba in Borno State, to be precise. And away from that particular one, Senate probes $30 million school safety project over failure to protect schools. The Senate has summoned key government officials, including the Finance Minister, Education Minister, and Defense Minister, to explain why the $30 million Safe School initiative failed to protect Nigerian school children from attacks. The initiative was launched in 2014 to fortify learning environment nationwide, but schools remain vulnerable to kidnapping and attacks. The Senate committee will investigate the use of funds, security personnel, development, deployment, partnership, and international donors. Right, and let's go to the PDP's high now. The PDP faction affirmed expulsion of 18 prominent politicians. The faction of the People's Democratic Party, backed by Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has reaffirmed the expulsion of 18 prominent politicians, including Governor Bala Mohammed, Sheikh Makinde. The faction described the expelled members as impostors and warned the public to disregard their actions. These developments highlight the deepening internal crisis within the opposition party. This is quite a very laughable one, okay, if I must actually comment, or if I am allowed to comment on that particular one, because they are only confusing Nigerians. We don't actually know who is the real PDP and who's not the PDP anymore, okay? So I just feel over time they would look for a way to actually share their thoughts and settle, right? Let's go to the man of the moment, the man we actually, I love so much. I'm talking about Alex Otti. Abia governor meeting what Abia governor with Tinubu, to be precise, about the pardon, was about Kanu and not defection. Okay, the Abia State Governor Alex Otti meeting with President Bola Tinubu was to discuss the release of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, not about defecting to All Progressive Congress. The governor's aide, Ferdinand Ekioma, made this clarification in response to claim by a former commissioner in the state. Ekioma emphasized that Otti's meeting with Tinubu was a continuation of efforts to secure Kanu's release. Of course, why would they actually think Alex Otti want to, move from his party to APC? I think Alex would be one of the last governors so far to actually defect, based on his body language and how far we've actually, trusted his judgment. Okay, so of course, we saw it over the weekend that Alex went to Sokoto to see Nnamdi Kanu, and afterwards he's just been trying to see how he can pacify and talk to the president to pardon him. Okay, so it's nothing that serious. Sincerely, it's nothing that serious. And away from that particular one, Rivers Assembly endorses Tinubu for second term. This is quite a very controversial one. The Rivers State House of Assembly has unanimously endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term, citing his administration's numerous federal projects and commitments to peace and stability in the state. The lawmakers commended Tinubu for appointing notable indigents of the state into positions of trust and pledge to rally grassroots support for renewed hope agenda. What is really going on? This is actually a river state that we call the PDP state. Something like this happened in Taraba State, where the whole of the house, everybody, moved from the PDP and they all defected, including the Speaker of Taraba House. And now River State is actually saying, oh, we are in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's next, election. What does that tell us? So that means whosoever that is coming out from any opposition party, they are not in support of it. They are straight and direct, and they've actually let us know where the body language is. And it is safe to say this is part of the reason why they've been having issues with Fubara. Maybe, just maybe, allegedly, pressure has been on Fubara to defect to the APC, and it's taking its time. And that's the reason why the House of Assembly have actually called him out to say that the condition of schools are not okay. And afterwards, they called him out over some other things as regards to the states. It's normal. But we'll look how this particular one would unfold. I just hope that Fubara would have peace, because he was the one that actually told us that peace has been restored in Rivers State, so he cannot come back to us and tell us otherwise. But away from that particular one, Nigeria not a falling state, but a nation rising, says Burutai, the former chief of army staff. Lieutenant General Tukur Burutai has dismissed claim that Nigeria is on the verge of collapse, describing such a prediction as inaccurate and disconnected from the nation's resilience and potential. Burutai said Nigeria has consistently survived crises that might have toppled other nations, and of course the country's leadership and citizens are determined to overcome current challenges. He highlighted Nigeria's economic strength, untapped potential, and ongoing investment in infrastructure, saying the nation is building for the future rather than collapsing under pressure. Burutai also faulted Western institutions for doomsday projections and urged them to invest in Nigeria's growth rather than speculate about its failure. That was a wonderful one from that wonderful man. It's part of the men I sincerely, do love when it comes to the Nigerian Armed Force. Okay? All right, to join the conversation, kindly call the number 090447322605. Follow us on social media at VOPTV Live. You can use the hashtag People's Voice on VOPTV. And of course, on YouTube, we are Voice of the People. Kindly hit the subscribe button, and together we can make our voices heard. It is time for us to go on a quick break. As soon as we return, we'll be dissecting this conversation. Trump is watching. No shortcut, says Akpabio. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned, please. I'll be right back.
It's noted.
Welcome back to the program. It is still People's Voice on VOP TV. The Senate has subjected General Christopher Musa, Defense Minister nominee, to a rigorous screening process, with Senate President Godswill Akpabio emphasizing the need for a thorough evaluation. Akpabio warned that both Nigerians and the international community are closely watching the process, citing U.S. President Donald Trump's interest in Nigerian security situation. Musa pledged to end ransom payments to kidnappers and terrorists. Of course, also stressing that the payments only fuel further attacks. He advocated for a unified national database to track and trace criminals, enhancing security operations. Musa emphasized the importance of community policing and cooperation, between the security agencies and local communities. He highlighted the need to address maritime insecurity, particularly in Akpabio, Cameroon corridor. Musa called for a ban on illegal mining, citing its links to terrorist financing. The Senate's scrutiny of Musa comes and amid escalating security concerns, of course, including mass kidnapping insurgency. The nominee's confirmation is expected to finalize shortly, but of course, it was finally finalized, okay, and with many actually hoping that the new approach would address Nigerian security challenges. We're now being joined by Dr. Kayode, a social political technocrat and aviation safety expert. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon. I'm glad to be here on this Thursday afternoon. But can you also ask the senators why they were asking for the 30 billion intervention fund for the Save Our School Girls? Have they also asked for the money saved from the subsidy removal on the day that the president was being sworn in? Vis-a-vis the 17.1 trillion naira being spent on pipeline security, money that is good enough to pay for subsidy for Nigerians for over 12 years, that we can spend for over 12 years, and that will bring succor to the economic strangulation of the people. Are they ready to also ask that question, to investigate it, so that we know that they are working? I think it is left for you to ask, please. You are the voice of the people.
Okay, so
you are the
because well, we are People's Voice, the program People's Voice, and of course we are the voice of the people television, and this is what we do. We only amplify the voice of the people here. And sincerely, Doctor, I must say that I was really grateful to God, and of course I thank the federal government and that of the Senate that for everything that we have been profiling a solution here for 3 months now. I don't know how to do it. You know, just like Mr. Deji Fanimo said, that I shouldn't think that they don't have someone designated to watch this program. But I don't know how to do it. But in one way or the other, but once we're done with the program now, the next day, that particular implementation changes, or they get to do some of the solutions we actually profiled here. So I think it's a right platform for you to remind them of that particular one. And I think Sarah should take this up as regards to that particular one. But Doctor, I want you and I to watch a video again. And I want my viewers to also watch this video. In a situation where the Senate president used the statement, he said that don't tell him to bow and go. Now Trump you are saying, no, Doctor, it's really funny to me. You know, it's funny, and I wouldn't say it is annoying. But Doctor, I want you and I to actually digest this conversation again. And let's look at it from another angle. Your Senate president, my Senate president, the Senate president of this nation said, don't tell him to take a bow and go. Trump is watching, no shortcuts. So, is it safe to say that Adams Oshomole was right when he said the Akpabio-led Senate House was a rubber stamp? And am I actually cleared now that Doctor, am I actually cleared now? Because over time, I've actually called that same red chamber a rubber stamp. And not only that, there is nobody they've actually screened that has done more than 15 minutes to 1 hour. Up to, rather. But this is the first time we'll be seeing our Nigerian Senate screen someone for more than 4 to 5 hours.
Because Trump is watching.
Now, your Senate president, my Senate president said that Trump is watching. No shortcuts. Yes. Doctor, what is your take as regards to that conversation, please? But before you say anything, I want us to watch that video. I want Nigerians to watch the video again. I believe my team has that video. Doctor, I would like you to hold your thought. Let's watch the video together, please.
Is noted. I did not say rejected, but noted. The reason I say so is that the man standing in front of us could be regarded as a solution to the current insecurity in the country. And we are not here on our own. We are here representing our constituents. And our constituents would like to hear from him whether his appointment will enable them to sleep well, whether their children will be safe in schools. So we are not asking him questions because we don't like him. We're asking him questions because our constituents would have loved to ask him questions at a time like this. So if we come here and we do politics of bow and go, this is not a period we should say bow and go. Even Donald Trump is on our neck. We have not yet asked him what his response will be to Donald Trump, the President of America. He is not just anybody. Chief of Defense Staff, a nominee for a Minister of Defense of a country.
Is this not laughable? Now, you are not even bothered about your president anymore. He is not bothered about the president, of Nigeria. He is not bothered about the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He is not bothered about the same man that actually came up with "On your mandate we shall stand." He is not bothered about the man that put him in that position. Instead, he said Donald Trump is watching. Let us ask him, what is he going to tell Donald Trump? What is he going to do to Donald Trump? As regards to what Donald Trump is saying. Like, it shows that for every of the news we've been hearing, for every of the, will I call them proactive or spontaneity? Have they been spontaneous enough? But for every of the drama that we have been seeing from the federal government, it shows that they've actually been doing all of that because Trump actually spoke out, or because Trump said he wants to invade Nigeria. So that means that if Trump had not said anything, Nigeria would have enjoyed, or this government would have enjoyed that slow ride, allowing its citizens to go through all of this particular insecurity all through the Yuletide season, and maybe till next year. Dr. Kayode, I would want you to give me your take as regards to both the video, what he said, and I want to bring your attention to one statement he talked about. He said, we don't know if this person may be the solution to the Nigerian insecurity because they are not also sure of him. Doctor, over to you. It's your beat, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. You see, all that we watched, the shenanigans that we watched, has so many faces, and I will address them. Number one, I could tag that as exhibition of height of idiocy and lack of self-confidence of the leadership assembly. In the area of considering the president of another country, its intentions, its body language to their own activities. I mean, you can hear him now that they should not play politics as they used to do, like bow and go, bow and go. So that means all those people that they have been screening there, despite all their shortcomings, despite all the forgeries that we have been hearing, because if they have really screened, forged his universities, that shame wouldn't have come onto our nation. You can also hear him saying, let them ask him questions. because the constituents will want to hear him. Excuse me, if I were him, it was at that point that he should have stopped his statement rather than going further, talking about Trump. Again, for him to have said, probably he will be the one, probably, they don't know if he will be the one to solve the Nigeria insecurity problem. That means Akpabio himself is privy to all the factors that led to the resignation of the former minister. Who is saying that the former minister haven't seen the fact files of Metawali?
Yeah,
who is
that's
also a junior minister.
Yeah.
And then that of Shetima. Vis-a-vis their alleged involvement in Boko Haram and terrorist activities. Most especially that of Shetima, who happens to be the vice president, in whose house Kabiru, who bombed the church in Abuja, where a lot of Christians were killed, were found in his house. Was found in his house. So who is saying that those are the things that contributed to the resignation of the former minister of what do I call it again? The former minister, this one is now replacing. Now tell me again, if that former minister of defense, had resigned because of health issues, why did Lagbaja, the late chief of army staff too, not resign because of his health? Because we saw that man very active, agile, and all of a sudden he developed ailments. So why did he not resign because of health? Look at this other guy, former aide in the office of the president in charge of communication that was working with Ononuga.
Okay, Doctor, I would like you to hold your thoughts. We have a caller here. We have a call. Doctor, I would like you to hold your thoughts. Hello, Doctor. Okay. Please go ahead, Doctor. Doctor, go ahead.
So, he said he resigned because of it, but later we now found out why he resigned. So, what I'm saying in essence is this. The reason and the essence of the resignation of the former Minister of Defense will soon come out, basically. And for Lagbaja, for this new chief of, this new Minister of Defense, to now be saying, he will come this, he will again. What did he do while he was the chief of army staff? What did he do as regards this?
Okay, Doctor.
Has he gone to school? Has he gone to school to update himself within this short period for him to not know what to do? These are all scripts that have been written down that is now playing out to we Nigerians.
Doctor.
Yes.
Okay, I love your submission, and of course, you actually did a good job by bringing so many people up to speed as regards to different conversation that we need to understand about this situation of the nation. But, Doctor, I would have actually said it is even better and it is safer if we have a personnel coming into the defense, as a minister or even NSA, than a civilian, a former governor of Jigawa, Badaru, Abubakar, you know, or I'm not saying Ribadu is not doing well. I'm not saying he doesn't qualify, but of course he was a former police officer.
What has he been doing?
No, I'm just saying.
What has he been doing?
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't talk anybody's professionalism down. I wouldn't talk about.
Scored a pass back. He hasn't scored a pass back.
Nonetheless, they've not given us the opportunity to actually give him that particular pass back. But what I'm saying here is that
we can do it ourselves.
Okay,
we can do it ourselves.
He was a former, police officer and now NSA. And NSA, to me, is like CIA in the US. So normally, I even want the president to bring in people like that of General Musa to take over different positions instead of bringing civilians to come and do this job. But I'd like to ask you, Doctor, how effective do you think the pledge of General Musa as regards to ransom payment to kidnappers and terrorists, would be as regards to addressing Nigerians' security challenges? How effective do you think his pledges would be? Will he have a safe eye to actually work on? Or will these so-called unseen and, of course, unknown politicians that are sponsoring these terrorists frustrate his job?
I have said it now. I have tacitly said it, that Musa, as he is, should be very careful, because the land upon which he is standing is very, very slippery and can make him to be vulnerable against what he has said. Because for me, I want to see how he will do his billing by picking the file of Matawali, by picking the file of Shetima, and then decide to deal with it accordingly. By going back to that scenario of Kabiru, who bombed a church in Abuja where Christians were killed, and such a person was being hidden inside Shetima's house, residence in Abuja. I want to say he's going to deal with that. I also want to see how he will deal with the issue of what's his name? This other guy that was working then with Shetima in his former state, whereby they were alleged to be sponsors of insecurity in our nation. I also want to see how he's going to deal with those people that have been allegedly supplying the terrorists in the bush with a lot of water, all these utilities that they need there, with aircraft. I want to see that. Because without him dealing with all these issues, honestly speaking, it's not starting at all. Because a lot of people have been there who are even politicians sponsoring this thing, even for economic gains. Even for economic gains. By harassing people out of their domain into IDP camps so that they be able to be exploiting gold and other mineral resources in their locality. How is he going to solve that?
Doctor, yes, Doctor, you've actually taken me to the point where I wanted to bring your attention to as regards to policy and implementation. You would agree with me that he actually, addressed different angles of the situation of this nation, of course. And since you are there, so let's talk about it. What challenges do you foresee in implementing a ban on illegal mining, and how do you think that it should address it? Because he talked about it and he said that he feels illegal mining are also, the people in charge of it are also part of people that are sponsoring, the terrorists, in this particular insecurity. So do you think that they will actually scale through? What are the challenges you feel that he would actually, foresee as regards to implementing the ban on illegal mining?
As much as appointments in this government are not based on merit, rather using, just appointing your friends, people that have done one thing for you or the other in the past, people that are close to you, they are the ones that are being appointed into various positions of power. And Alake, the Minister of Natural Resources, mining of natural resources, is not also out of this. Then I can assure you there is nothing this minister can do. There is no way he can, as much as the place of the government, the one of, or else, it too will sooner resign based on health issues. That I promise you.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the final conversation here. Of course, in Urano. Let's talk about international cooperation, of course, at the pressure. How do you think that the international community, including U.S. Donald Trump, can support Nigerians' security efforts?
Yes, you can see that just a little sneeze, Trump had made every one of them to be scrapped for safety. Even the one said, no, don't be talking to Donald Trump. That's a part. Said it. And you can see the way that our security tenants are being, because I've seen them for now. We've been hearing terrorism, the activities of swap, activities of Boko Haram, here and there. That's the end. But at least to a large extent, because Trump tried to sneeze us, see the way they are scrambling. I was also privy to some did America, Washington, I think about 3 or 4 days ago, regarding this insecurity issue. So Nigerians outside everywhere, UK, US, France, Canada, Rome, everywhere, should also rise up against it. Fortunately, we don't have ambassadors. If I would have said, we go to our embassy to yeah.
Doctor, hello, doctor.
They can go
doctor, hello, doctor. Hello, doctor. For you to say we don't have ambassador, they just appointed some. These people looks like the very best to represent you and your country in the international, community, and of course our other clients. So why would you say, fortunately, you don't have this, including the former INEC chairman, is not a qualified to be?
Yes, they will be asking him. Somebody that spoke with double Mazzori election.
Okay.
Validation of electoral violations.
So also Fani Kayode does not qualify to be.
Who? Ibas?
Fani Kayode?
Please, don't just put your hand in my mouth this afternoon, else I will fight it.
Okay. Okay. Doctor, this is how far we can actually go on the show.
This is qualified. Let this be sent to him.
Okay. All right, doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor, thank you so much for. Doctor, thank you.
Have you forgotten what Papa Soja said about me? Have you forgotten what Papa Soja said about him?
I think we can actually do. I think we can actually do that off air. We are pressed for time, and doctor, this is how far we can actually go on the show. It's so painful that we can actually, take more again.
Let us be borrowing time.
Doctor, tomorrow time is not a problem. All I just want to do is I'll send you my organization's invoice and you do the needful. Thank you so much, doctor.
Okay. Thanks for having me. My pleasure.
All right, doctor. Hopefully, I think we should go head to head again tomorrow. So I'll let you know. Okay. Thank you so much, doctor, for joining the program. This is how far we can actually, go on the show this wonderful evening. If you love the world of sports, I'd like you to stay put to enjoy Locker Room. Okay, they'll be dissecting and, of course, giving us all the juicy news as regards to the Sport Republic. Okay, yes, don't give up because it is not over. Tough time doesn't last, but tough will last. Whatsoever you're facing will soon be over. And you will definitely smile again. My name remains Savior Udo. Have a good evening rest.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe. Hunger no get religion.
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.